Hey everybody, Saul Marquez with the Outcomes Rocket. I want to welcome you back to the podcast today. I have the privilege of hosting Jimmy Yen, aka the Acu Sensei. He is the founder and CEO of Achieve Integrative Health, the top-rated acupuncture clinic in the Austin metro area. He's committed to innovation, and Jimmy is changing the game in acupuncture and healthcare by making sure patients always comes first with his service above self business model. The business model has helped him and his companies amass many followers, many reviews, and really leading the charge on acupuncture in the US. Jimmy, really excited to have you here on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be on it as well.
We typically cover Western medicine and Western approaches to health. So I'm excited to have you on to change it up a bit because there's a lot that Eastern medicine, acupuncture, and the things that are out there could do for our overall health. So, Jimmy, what is it that got you into the healthcare game?
Yeah, so I would say long-term short, it's my dad. And when I say that, most people may ask, oh, is he an acupuncturist or is he a doctor? He's actually not. He's actually a computer programmer.
Nice.
But in his 30s, he had some sinus issues, right? And he went the Western medicine route and did all the medications, year after year. It worked and then it stopped working. Then he went back to the physician and he's like, okay, now we got some polyps in your sinuses. Now we got to be looking at surgery, right? And it was at that point, he was like, no, there's got to be a better way. And that's when he started looking really into natural healing and nutrition. And he basically turned his health around just stopped everything. He stopped all his medications, didn't do the surgery, just, did some Chinese medicine. He did some nutrition, supplements, herbs, and just naturally healed himself. And so that's, so growing up, he just ingrained that into my brain. And so that's how I got into natural healing and Chinese medicine.
I think it's a great story. Your dad is better. And there's a lot of more stories out there of people that get better, right, with these types of methods.
Yeah.
I have a friend who for a long time has done acupuncture medicine for reproductive indications, and her patients are seeing a ton of success, whereas traditional routes haven't given them those options. So I love it, and I truly believe in what you do. Well, talk to us about your company, Jimmy. What are you guys doing to add value to the healthcare ecosystem?
Yeah. So my company is Achieve Integrative Health here. It's in the suburb of Austin, Texas. And really one thing that I would say we do is I like to call it the service above self business model. I actually got it from Rotary Club, Rotary International. I'm actually a Rotarian as well. So I kind of stole it from them. And really, and so it's embodying that service above self. And I know, most clinics, they say, oh, patients first, right? But the problem is our patients really first. And going to the Rotary Club and understanding what does service above self really mean, I brought that into a medical model where, every decision that we make has to benefit the patients. If it doesn't benefit the patient, we don't do it. We don't make that decision. We don't take that action. And I'll give you an example of, so when patients call in into any medical clinic, whether, do you take my insurance? So if you don't take my insurance, then that's it. That clinic doesn't do anything else for that patient. Service above self means even though that person is not going to come to our clinic, what can we do to still help them? Whether it's insurance, whether it's finances, whether it's distance, like, so we have a lot of people that are all over the US that call into our clinic and they say they can't come into our clinic. What we do, this is just one example of service above self model. We will actually, spend time and we'll ask them, hey, what type of service you're looking for. We know you can't come to our clinic for whatever reason. What do you need? And let us find it for you. So my team will find the clinic that's near their house and We'll provide that information and say, hey, here's some of the clinics that we recommend around your house. But we won't stop there. The next day, we're going to call them back, and we're going to call that person back and say, hey, did you get a hold of that clinic we sent you to? And we want to make sure. So we make sure that they actually go to that clinic. And again, we don't stop there. One week later, we're going to ask them, hey, how are the treatments going? And then we're going to follow up with them 1 month later. Hey, are you getting the results that you want? And this is all for people who never become a patient of ours. So that's just one example of service above self.
I think it's an interesting model. Is part of what you do providing education, like beyond the practice? Are you providing some sort of value to these patients, even though they don't become your patients? Is there an opportunity for them to work with you?
Oh, absolutely. So pretty big following on social media. I've got about 3 million followers. And so on social media, I use these platforms, and I provide what I call my QRA acupressure. So quick restorative acupressure techniques that people all around the world can utilize at home to benefit their health. And I also have another company called Divine Farmer Health. And I partner with a nutritionist, and we provide online resources for people to teach them how to change their eating habits, change their lifestyle habits. So we have online information as well as brick and mortar.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, that makes sense, man. I appreciate you sharing that part of the business. And there's opportunities to definitely do that beyond the clinic and have a really a broader opportunity to serve more people. And you're doing just that. How do you think what you do is different or better than what's out there?
Yeah. So one of the things is, and this is going to sound weird, we don't do acupuncture. And yes, we're an acupuncture clinic, but we don't do acupuncture. And let me clarify that. We do something called QRA acupuncture. It's quick restorative acupuncture. It's actually a technique that I created. And so it is completely different from when I went to school, what we learned, all this traditional acupuncture is completely different. And I'll give you an example. So let's say someone comes in for back pain, right? Traditional clinics, I would say majority of clinics, when you go in there, they'll put needles in your back. For our clinic, we rarely, I would say 99% of the time, we never stick a needle at the site of the problem. And so we stick it away from the problem. So that's one big difference of how we do acupuncture. That technique also leads to faster results and more sustainable results. Because if you look at my name is quick restorative acupuncture. So my type of acupuncture has a restorative function. So we don't just provide relief, right? When someone comes in back pain, okay, great, you provide relief. But if you don't fix the problem, the pain's going to come back, right? That's the next step of care, which is corrective care. Corrective care is correct the problem that caused the symptom, the back pain in the first place. But we don't stop there. We take it to the restorative care. Restorative care is, hey, whatever caused your back pain, right? That's the root cause. Okay, you fix it. But the problem is that problem already caused other problems in your body. So if you don't fix the other problems that caused the root problem, that was caused by the root problem, then the back pain can still come back. It'll just take longer. Mm-hmm. So we focus on restoring the whole body, every single organ in the body, restore itself so that your body can heal itself again like it was doing before.
It's way beyond just fixing the symptoms. It's actually fixing the problem, and then beyond that, helping restore, right? Like helping them prevent future problems. So I think that's very fresh, very unique. And as you sort of think about trends and technologies, Jimmy, out there that are helping us, I don't know, maybe you're going to say it's all about the ancient stuff that's helping us, but talk to me what you think is and could be making an impact for the people listening.
Oh yeah. AI is coming and technology is coming. We can't stop it. And actually, interesting. So the short answer is yes, technology is coming in even into this ancient medicine, right? And I actually recently just went on an Asia tour to seek out these technology and to learn about what's around, what's in the world right now. And so technology is coming, AI is coming, And this reminds me of, I don't know if you watched the movie Black Panther. You ever watched that movie?
Oh yeah. It's a great movie.
Yeah. Do you
Which one? The
remember
first one or the second one?
I think that's the first one. The first one where
Okay.
basically,
Yeah.
with one of those, where the Black Panther, where someone got injured and they put them on this bed, and this bed just like scanned their whole body, figured out the problem, and that same bed just fixed the problem, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is coming. That is coming.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to jump off, just hoping you can follow me here, jump off the topic
Yeah.
a little. The reason why I say that's coming is because recently I found out there's a technology in the farming industry. They basically are using AI. Instead of having to use pesticides, they now have AI that can identify weeds, and they have lasers to zap the weeds. So farmers no longer have to use pesticides anymore. So if they can do that for weeds, why can't they do it for the human body? Right? So
Yeah,
I'm
love
just
it.
thinking 10 years down the road, we're going to have that Black Panther healing bed.
The future is definitely bright, and technology is advancing very quickly.
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't we have that Black Panther bed? I'm in. I'm in for sure. Jimmy, no, I appreciate that. And on your Asia tour, like, when did you get back? When was that?
I got back 3 weeks ago. I was there for
Cool.
3 weeks, and I went to. I'm originally born in Taipei, Taiwan, so I went to Taipei, I went to Beijing, and I went to the Philippines.
Nice. And did you pick
Yeah.
up any new techniques or interesting things that you could start incorporating into your practice?
Oh yeah. Number one, so many connections and relationships developed. But there was a technology, talking about technology, there's a technology. Not going to say too much about it yet because it's still new, but there's an R&D department that I met with, and they have technology that can be utilized in traditional Chinese medicine, from diagnostics to treatments. And so I'm going to start seeing if I can test them out to see how they work and make sure they do work, and then hopefully bring that into the US.
Love it. Well, thank you, Jimmy. It's great. It's always good to get out of your box and learn new things. It's definitely a great way to improve. I appreciate you sharing that. Look, this has been a fantastic conversation with you. For the people that want to learn more about acupuncture, maybe they've been dealing with something personally, or somebody they love has been dealing with a pain or anything like that. What's the best place they could get in touch with you and learn more?
On social media, you can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my handle is at Achieve Integrative Health, at Achieve Integrative Health. I'm also on YouTube, so all over social media. You can reach out to me, get free information about how you can start taking care of your own health, and start from there. Start doing my QRA acupressure. You're going to get this wow effect. And then, let me know if you have any questions. If you need my team to help you find someone that's near you, that's what we do.
Folks, in the show notes, you'll find all the different ways to get in touch with Jimmy Yan and his team. Jimmy, really appreciate you jumping on the podcast and sharing everything that you know about acupuncture.
Appreciate it, Saul. This was awesome. Thank you for having me.